The MCU has utilized Ultron as a villain before, but it hasn't utilized his long and complicated history in comics or the relationships he developed with the heroes of the Marvel Universe. His past contains a lot of in-depth character development with the heroes he battles and within himself that leads to many big events and fights. Despite his short appearances in the movies, the comics still utilize him to this day and provide a deep history that gives insight to his motivations. Built by Hank Pym as a security robot, Ultron's relationship with his father has been anything but healthy as he turned down the path of evil, forcing Ant-Man and the Avengers to fight him every time he shoots for world domination makes for a complicated father-son relationship. Every time Ultron is defeated, his hatred for Hank deepens, with very few exceptions. As an android, Ultron has undergone many technical evolutions, going through forms and versions of himself that updates and learns every time he gains a new body. While mostly a villain, some forms show him helping out the Avengers or becoming a hero briefly to advance his own personal interest. One such form shows him developing into a good person who has learned from past mistakes and seen just how much the heroes of Earth 616 have done to protect life. Ultron 12 was a version of the villain that wasn't villainous, but his run was cut short as another form, Ultron 11, existed alongside him and continued his path of destruction. Ultron 12 put the complicated, yet intertwined story between Hank and the android on full display, showing readers there's more to the story. Highlighting the side of Ultron who could see reason was an important decision made by Marvel, as it developed Hank's feelings towards him and created a new internal struggle between the two of them. In West Coast Avengers number 5 by Steve Englehart, Al Milgrom, Kim Demelder, Petrus Katis, and Tom Orzechowski, Ultron 12 admits to wanting to establish a real father-son relationship. He even went on to explain to Hank that he was changing for the better and wanted to do good by him. After Hank inspired him, Ultron 12's desire to become a hero became more real, and soon they got to talking about doing more together. It was just what the two of them needed, even if it did end in tragedy. While Ultron 12 was trying to do good, Ultron 11 considered his existence an affront to his character and sought to destroy the version that developed a relationship with Hank as a way to prove he was the superior version. In the end, Ultron 12 was destroyed in West Coast Avengers number 7, but the fight forced Ant-Man to see the android as his creation, like a father to a son. With Ultron 11 out and about as a villain again, Hank would be forced to battle him with the knowledge that the android had the possibility to be good somewhere in all that programming. Ultron's evolutions and varying interconnectedness with the characters of the Marvel Universe was wasted when the MCU neglected to tackle those sides of the villain. By ignoring Ultron 12 and reducing him to a one-movie villain, a lot of depth and character growth linked to the character was lost in the MCU. With the long-lost version from West Coast Avengers, readers are reminded that he plays a big part in the growth of Ant-Man and other characters. Ignoring that growth in the MCU shows just how wasted Ultron actually is, and in order to bring him back to his roots, this forgotten form's story should become the basis for new possibilities.